G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 19 of my Beginner's Vitality Caster Ritualist playthrough. You will notice we are in Ultimate. You may also notice that I've gained about a full level since the end of the last episode. And that's because I went and did a whole bunch of farming. So I also got a level, which we're going to put into Physique, and down here, well, we've already got to 10 out of 10 here. Generally speaking, when you get to the soft cap, unless you're planning on maxing the skill, you kind of want to stop there. So we're going to stop there, and there's nothing huge in the Necromancer tree that I want. Wouldn't mind a few more points in Foul Eruption. I have been killing a lot of very large packs, and having them blow each other up when the first one dies does sound good, but I think I'm going to leave it for now with a tentative plan to put some more in there at some point. We could put a point in Storm Totem here, but I don't currently need it because, well, I don't have any major procs coming up. As far as devotions go, we are getting the eel here. Apparently I have a devotion point that I didn't spend. Then we're getting the lizard, and then we'll be getting the dying god. So this is 2-3 acts away. I'm probably gonna have, I would say, 5 or 6 levels before that point. So yes, I will confirm that. So I'm just going to keep pumping the bar, because this is currently lightning damage, which doesn't really do me any good. I'm not stacking lightning damage stuff, and I'm not converting it at this point, so I really need to get Corrupted Storm in order to convert this before it's going to be useful. So we'll move up to here, and then we're pretty much done, honestly, for the character, and we'll just be putting points in, you know, making other skills better. Probably put some more in here at some point. Definitely want to get Soul Harvest a few more points as well. At the moment, it's an okay buff, and we do use it for Wendigo's Mark, so it's good damage against bosses, but it's almost not worth using against other things. Alright, so before we get too far into Ultimate, resistances are an issue. So if you look at my resistances, Elemental is not capped, Poison is not capped, Bleeding is not capped, Chaos is not capped. We have a lot of resistance issues, and actually to fix them we need to go back to normal, because I haven't unlocked any of the blacksmiths, and I haven't unlocked transmuting or the inventor, I guess, in Ultimate. So we need to fix that. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. One thing I did notice is rare affixes on these things are quite rare. I did get a couple. So I've got Ancient on those pauldrons there. I kept these gloves because bleeding resist, but I'm not going to use them. But yeah, it looks like all of this stuff, there is like one rare prefix on the MIs. I did also get a Fiend Scale jacket to drop. This could be good, and later I may use, if there's a mythical version, or if it drops rather, I may use this one, but for right now, no, I can't do it. The proc would be really nice, but I just don't have the resistances to make it work. The increased armor would also be quite nice. So I got all that to drop. I got a few blues that were not really relevant to drop as well, and I sold those, and I got a couple of blueprints, which, again, none of them were really relevant, so I didn't hang on to them. What I did, however, hang on to was these gloves, which I think dropped in the previous episode. I got these shoulders, which does have a rare suffix on them. So Pierce and Chaos, this is actually pretty sure on all of them. Yeah, Pierce, not Chaos, but Pierce is on every Fleshwarp pauldron. And we just do not need piercing resist, so that kind of hurts a bit. But 7% increased armor, a little bit of Chaos res, and +3 to Spectral Wrath. Now, getting +3 to Spectral Wrath gets us, I believe, an extra 3% Vitality Resistance shredding on this. So that's going to be quite nice. Let's go ahead and chuck those on. I found a prismatic flesh-warped plate mail of... suffix doesn't matter. I don't do cold damage. So this is also percent armor increase, piercing, chaos, and elemental resistance. And +3 to oak skin is also relevant, because we can either take 3 points out of this to go back to 10 out of 10, which is probably what I'll do, or we just get extra pierce resist because we really need that. But extra armor and extra aether resist is definitely a good thing. So that's really good. Gloves here, these are just for resistances. They happen to have more percent increase armor, which is nice. But these are purely resistance. And then I got the Golemborn Greaves to drop as well. This is a pretty big increase in armor. It has 2 resistances again with the pierce resist. I don't know why the game wants to just massively stack my piercing resistance and won't give me anything else. This character has been quite hard to balance resistances on. I probably should have gone and got another Magi's Visage, because this basically has no resistances on it. Yes, it has pierce resist, but we don't need that. We really, really do not need pierce resist. Okay, so let's chuck all these on and see what happens to resistances. Now, I will go and melt those down and get my... I definitely want to keep the add-on here. I used a Kilrian Shattered Soul just while I was running around, because I didn't have anything else to put there, and I knew I was going to be melting that shirt anyway. These gloves, honestly, I don't really care about that component. Probably the same with the boots, but we'll use it for now. Okay, so fire is still not capped. I need another 14% fire. Cold is fine. Lightning is fine. Okay, so I don't need elemental stuff, and I do need a little bit of fire. So let's go to Homestead, because Homestead has some low-level augments that I actually can use. Oh, and also I hit Honored with these guys, so let's just see what they've got. Rings and amulets, I can get augments for vitality and cold. Okay, that's good. That's pet stuff, some extra health. Bleeding resistance. Okay, I'm not even going to think about it. Bleeding is by far my lowest resistance. I'm going to use those. That also happens to come with vitality damage, which is very nice. Actually came here to get this, so let's go ahead and get that. And Homestead has... where is it? This one, which actually we don't have. We're not quite there. We're very close, and also level 70. So I can't use that, but what do we got here? Why do I have it in my head that I can get resistances from Homestead for this? I thought I could get fire resist. Okay, turns out I need level 70 and honored or revered to get the fire resist. We can get more pierce as well. That'll be fun. All right, so I can't get that, but I can get some chaos resistance on my weapons, which is not horrible. We will be a little bit under on chaos. We're going to be actually a lot under on aether, so I may swap that black tallow for an aether soul. It's probably not a horrible idea. Okay, I also need another scaled hide to fix my armor absorption. Because I definitely want a silk swatch on here. I'm going to be way under on bleeding, which is why these. Even with 3 of these, I will still be uncapped on bleeding. So I definitely want SIL, resilient plating, silk swatch, and I need another scaled hide. We're stacking decent amounts of armor, so I do want to be able to actually use it. Armor absorption percentage is not just a multiplier on your armor, but you can kind of pretend it is and you won't be far off. And I also need... let's go... whoops, I shouldn't have done that. No, it's probably fine. I need gloves, so we want bleed for Unholy Inscription. There we go. And what else did I want? Nope, all the other components are done. Okay. So, Chaos is actually 2% off capped. Aether is going to be decently under. Vitality will be capped just. Bleeding will not be capped. I'm just going to have to deal with that. Poison capped. Pierce. Lol. And fire will be slightly uncapped. Okay. That's fine. Bleeding we're actually going to get capped. We'll get some extra vitality percentage as well. And then we may as well get some extra chaos stuff. Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. So we do Aether Resistance and give me another Purified Salt. Which means I now need to go and get another one of those augments because I'm going to swap the Chaos Resist Aura on my weapon for an Aether Resist Aura. And that means I need another one of those. Okay. And 15 minutes into the video, we're ready to start Ultimate. Almost. This one, keep the item. Yes, I'm sure. Give me that aura. Give me that augment. And oh, I should have melted that. Okay, that's fine. And then we are going to vendor all of this lovely junk. Keep that. Okay. So we've kind of sorted our resistances. Now, one thing I will say that you could do, and I should have done but did not do, is go around and farm all of your monster infrequents again. So if you can get, I mean, this is piles of pierce resistance and also a huge pile of poison. I'm unlikely to get something better than this, but it is possible. But go and refarm all of your monster infrequents when you get to the end of normal, and just get some with resistances, like 41% lightning resist on this. I basically consider worthless. And this one I could happily replace with any amount of other resistances. This has no resist from memory. Yeah, 0 resistances. So this would be a good candidate for just go get another one. Of the Grove is really, really nice. But if your resistances aren't capped, you should probably just go get another one. And honestly, I should probably just go get one with some fire resistance on it. You know what? What's our run speed? 135. 18% over maximum. Okay. We're going back to normal because I just had a thought. It hurt a little bit. Right. We don't need the Mark of the Traveler. We are 18% over the run speed cap. The Mark of the Traveler gives 18 health regen. Kinda don't care. And it also gives slow resistance, which actually is kind of good. It's our only source of slow resistance at the moment. But I like having my elemental resistances capped, so let's just go ahead and make ourselves a molten skin. Chuck that on the boots. If you ever need just one elemental resistance, there is one for each of these. So molten skin for fire, dense fur for cold, and I think it's rigid shell for lightning, but there's one for each of them. A little bit of armor, 20% of the particular resistance type, and then some other bonus as well. It's probably like reduce freeze duration on the cold one and reduce electrocute duration or something like that. So if you ever need those resistances, you can do that. Anti-venom salve, if you need poison, goes on every armor slot as well. If you need bleeding and pierce, that's ridiculous. But if you need bleeding, you can get your silk swatches, you can get your unholy inscription, so you can get a decent amount from that. If you need aether, you've got the salt here, you've got aether souls for your amulet and metal. That's probably the best ones. You could get a runestone on your helmet, but I honestly rate the prismatic diamond, at least in hardcore, prismatic diamond is auto take. So you do have options. Okay, let's go actually do Act 1 Ultimate. I think I just went back into normal, didn't I? Yep. I swear I'm not still half asleep. Alright. Ultimate. Resistances are, yeah, pretty good actually. They're, honestly, 70% Aether going straight into Ultimate. I could go and farm a new Magi Visage and wait until I got either Aether or Chaos. I could do that. I'm not going to. Aether is limited pretty much to the Act boss in Act 1 and maybe the occasional hero. The Aether heroes, you see them coming. They are very much in your face. The big green circle on the floor should clue you off, and you can't resist that damage anyway, so it sort of doesn't matter. Get off my stairs. Also, I don't think I got this in normal, so I'll take the free XP. 25 points. Wasn't worth the clicks to pick it up. Yeah, so there's basically no chaos and very little aether in Act 1, so realistically it sort of just doesn't matter. Let's go get in this guy's face. He does bleeding damage from memory, or at least the weapon he has here, the Barrag's Bloody Arm, does have bleeding bonuses on it. So yeah, he would have been doing some bleeding damage there. Fortunately, he came down with a nasty case of the dead before he could really do too much damage. The other thing about Act 1 is, even though, yeah, it's ultimate, but, like, it's full of slow zombies. So they hit hard. Let's say they one-shot you. A zombie should never be close enough to even swing at you. Unless you walk straight past it. And even then, he missed. But, like, I can walk straight through this pile of zombies here. 1, 2, 3 took a swing at me, but I was gone before the swings landed. It doesn't matter. The other good thing about Ultimate Act 1 is you've got movement runes or skills, and you've got massive AoE compared to when you come through here on normal difficulty. So it's actually quite quick. Also, Kaizog, because you have enough damage to keep his friends easily under control, he is just a complete non-issue in Ultimate. Even with no resistances, you should have no problems at all killing Kaizog. So we just literally stand here and hold right-click, and then Bone Harvest occasionally, and down he goes. Easy peasy. Wendigo main leggings. Okay, if they don't screw my resistances, I am putting those on. And, of course, it's more pierce resistance, and they massively screw my resistances. Okay, I can't wear those. I would love to wear those. The mythical version of these is, I think, the best Vitality Caster pants in the game. Unfortunately, I really need those Mistwalker leggings at the moment, so we'll chuck those in the I swear I'm going to use this later pile, and we'll be on our way. And we've got a couple of these bad boys to take care of, and a free devotion point, if I can click on things. Stonehide shield is... I really wish it was boots. I mean, I totally need more piercing resistance, but... Stonehide gives poison and bleeding as well, I believe. Okay, 62. Just get some more stats, I think. And we want more physique here. There we go. And I did get a devotion point, so we'll finish off the eel. Now, the eel itself is taken entirely for those 5 points. You get 5 blue for 3 actual devotion points. This is a very good conversion. And the bonuses on it are... they're kind of weak, but useful. So 2% chance to avoid melee attacks, 2% chance to avoid projectiles, and then you get some movement speed and some, you know, mediocre defensive ability. Defensive ability is entirely optional for most people. Unless you are stacking it, I mean, get anything above sort of 2,500 at level 100 and you're fine. I think most builds are going to accidentally get enough defensive ability to either be completely immune to being crit by monsters, or at least it's going to be very rare for them to get crit. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's some Aether damage, so I lied. He's an Aether hero. I guess he's a boss, isn't he? Did he have a skull above his head? I can't remember. He's a quest hero, we'll call him. Okay, I do want to kill the Slith again for their rings. I'm not going to use it, but the ring quest is worth a good chunk of XP, so I do want to collect them if they drop. I'm probably not going to go too far out of my way to find them. They are relatively likely to drop just from running through the act. There's one now. Can I get another one here? Okay, quest complete. That doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So there you go. Easy free XP. I should be picking things up to sell as well. I'm not too worried about iron bits at this point. I have enough for what I need for the rest of leveling. The reason you pick it up is so you don't have to go farm it. when you get to level 100 and you want to start crafting stuff. The first time you ever try to craft yourself a really good pair of stone plate boots or plague guard gauntlets or anything like that, you will know why. All right, let's go turn this in.
I can't do that yet.
So we've got the 3 necklaces for the Slith quest, and this is a relatively safe location. So I'm going to actually do something that I haven't done for a while, and we're going to put the XP gear that I have on and turn those in. So a decent amount, and the ultimate Slith Primal Ring is actually pretty good. Okay, it doesn't have +3 to Ravenous Earth. It doesn't have any of the monster infrequent stuff that you get from the living rings. But what it does have is really, really good resistances. Let's go ahead and chuck these back on. Should craft another one and get the helmet. Yeah, so it requires level 70, which kind of says they expect you to be getting to ultimate around about level 70. So maybe I should have finished Forgotten Gods, but it would have just been padding for the sake of padding. But yeah, this ring, damage to beastkin is massive because beasts are everywhere. Every act has beasts in it, and some of them can be quite problematic, quite dangerous. So getting 22% more damage to them is really, really good. And just getting, I mean, if you split that elemental resistance into 20% fire, lightning, cold, you've got 111% resistance on one item, which, yes, it happens, but that is very, very nice for a guaranteed item. I'm almost certainly not going to wear it because I like my my free skill points on Ravenous Earth, but I definitely could. Also thought I had +3 to Oak Skin that I was going to take points out of. Maybe I've forgotten that I already did it, or maybe I was just wrong. That's also possible. Alright, so I've gone a different way than usual to get to where I was going, and so now, of course, I'm lost. Need to do a little bit of backtracking. We have a lightning zombie we need to kill, and he's going to be kind of down this way. Is he? Yeah, he is. He's over here. Guess we could kill Milton while we're here too. Definitely going to kill Milton, but it's just a case of where is he? Okay, lightning zombie down. That is much faster than in normal, which is good. More damage, more better. Milton was not in here, I don't think, so maybe he's going to be up here. Yep, there he is. See you, Milton. Come and stand in the plague volcanoes, please. In normal, his self-heal and regeneration are really annoying. In ultimate, you have enough damage, even on a vitality damage build, which are notoriously low damage. You have more than enough damage to just power through it. Not a big deal. Also want to do this. This is just a regular Aether Warped. This should be no problem at all. Give me a nice new chest. Oh, never mind. Let's turn the loot off, just so I can see what's going on. There we go. And we've got the Butcher of Burrich one-handed axe. We've got the Band of Black Ice. We've got a Blade Dancer's Talisman, which I'll go ahead and eat that. The Blade of Elgoloth and axe gauntlets. Okay, I'm checking gloves and probably boots and pants, if I remember. Any slot that I don't have monster infrequents in that are required for the build. So anything that's not a weapon, a medal, or a helmet, I can replace this pretty easily. If I get a chest piece with okay armor and better resistances than 18 chaos and 25 ele, yeah, that chest is gone. I don't need the skill bonuses that it provides. Although I do like +3 to Oak Skin, that's actually a very nice bonus. Okay, the Valiant set I'll also talk about if I remember here in a second. Because it's one of those sets where you absolutely want to keep one set of those in your stash to share with your leveling alt. Where did it go? There it is. So you get 4 of these. It takes up both of your rings, your amulet, and your medal. And if you use all 4 of them, you get +1 to all skills, which is pretty good. There's a few sets like this. There's one of them that has 3 pieces that will give you +1 to all skills. This one, I believe, if you have all of them, it also gives you every resistance on all of them. Or not every resistance on each piece, but between all of the 4 items, you get a pretty big chunk of resistance. So it's a pretty good set to keep for leveling. Ooh, that looks juicy. And I recommend keeping one set of those sorts of things. Because this is that level 50 or 60? I can't remember. Hang on, let me have a look. Level 65. I think the other one is 50. But they're really good for their level. So you just chuck them on while you're leveling, and then put them back in the stash once you get past it. Clairvoyance robe. Ooh, Sigil of the Depraved. That could be good. There's the Signet of Valiance. It's probably worth even going and farming these. Any kind of totem around this level up to about 68 will have a good chance to drop it. The 2-set bonus is 75 armor, which is pretty good. That's 75 armor to every slot, which you can't complain about. Poison and elemental. Stats, all that good stuff. I'll hang on to these and just see if I can finish the set. Because why not? I don't think I will. But, you know, can't hurt. Sigil of the Depraved is actually really, really good as well. So Doombolt when hit is not amazing, but Doombolt is a really good proc. I'll hang on to that as well. I'm probably not going to end up using it, but this one here, Doom Touch, is also another one. This one is better because it's on attack. You'll get your Doombolt every sort of 5 seconds or so. Doombolt will come down and just do a bunch of damage. So that's pretty good. Starting the Lizard. Yep. And we're done in this cave. So I do need to rescue the merchant because he went and got himself trapped again. I swear I already let you out of this cave. Okay, I'm from Devil's Crossing. Get ye to Devil's Crossing. Should definitely be using the Swarm more often. Seems like it does enough damage to just kill all this stuff in Act 1 anyway. So I've rescued the merchant, so I don't need to do anything more in that part of the world, or in this part of the world. And I'll probably do the cellar underneath Devil's Crossing for the Slith Queen. I'll do that, I think, at the end of Act 1. There's better stuff this way. Also, changing where you are, it kind of interrupts the flow, if that makes any sense. I see a hero, I kill a hero. I see 2 heroes. I wonder how I didn't see the second one before. There we go. Gun, sword, hat. None of that's going to be worn. Don't think I actually killed more than 1 or 2 of those. Okay, a new hero. See, this guy right here. That is an example of a high damage beast that using the Slith Ring would be really good to kill a little bit faster. Now, on his own, no big deal, but he had a pack of 2 or 3 of his friends with him, then yeah, it's gonna be a little bit rippy. Okay, word of Inquisitor Abalone. Inquisitor who enjoyed seafood. Now, we're not an Inquisitor, so the +1 to Inquisitor is no good. And we're also not using Drain Essence. And we really don't want to be converting Vitality to Elemental, so just forget I mentioned that. That's a shit item for this build. That's really, really bad. Don't use that item. That's one thing that I have been guilty of doing in the past a couple of times, where I'll look at an item and go, wow, that's a lot of bonuses to the damage type that I'm doing. That's really, really good, and then I'll chuck it on and I won't have read that it's converting half of my damage away. And so it's actually really, really bad. Dreagle Gnaw, 2-handed poison, Nightblade weapon, no good for us. This, however, this is really good. turn the loot off. I don't want to get distracted while I'm potentially dying. Okay, we've got the Death Ward. This is actually pretty good. +1 to Necro skills. Maximum Vitality Resistance, which is really, really good. And it has a Circuit Breaker that is going to heal you for a lot. And that's pretty much all it does. Am I going to use this? Flat Vitality damage, don't care. 30% Vitality damage, kind of don't care. That is a decent chunk of physique and health. I think I prefer the heal on the Deathwatch Pendant to the Circuit Breaker. I have other Circuit Breakers. I think I'm going to be okay. But that one is not bad. What size are you? You're a mace. Okay, this is the least efficient stacking I've ever seen. Also, somehow managed to... can I actually do this? Can I make this happen? Maybe? You know what? Let's stop screwing around. And before I forget, get some more regen. Eat my conversation pie. I will speak with them. Here you go, Luther. You're welcome. Buy my junk. Right, greens can all go. That one I want to keep for now. The rest of this I also want to keep, and we will just vendor all of this stuff. Why do I get the feeling I just sold a really good pair of pants? I didn't, but +2 to Ravenous Earth is 2 skill points. It's got Chaos, it's got Elemental. Those Mistwalker leggings are going to be impossible to replace again for like my 3rd character in a row. Oh, it is what it is. Might just have to bite the bullet at some point. Okay, thank you. Let me in. Hi, Faldus. You're welcome, Faldus. Hi, Sybil. You're welcome, Sybil. Okay, level 63. More stats. More physique. Apparently this is the first one of these I've had. I think it dropped last episode. But these are really, really good. They allow you to transmute from one set to another set. So if you happen to have legendary sets, that is. If you happen to get the... I'm blanking on items here. If you happen to get the Lost Souls set and you really, really wanted Gold set, you could burn that for a chance at turning your Lost Souls set into Gold set. There you go. Okay. Will of Ritosh rank 6 is pretty good. More damage is more better. Did I spend that? I did. All my stuff is spent. Lovely. So now, the Ancient Shambler in normal, I probably said something along the lines of, ignore his Sunder, he doesn't have the damage to follow it up. Well, in Ultimate, he absolutely has the damage to follow it up, especially if you're running away from him. If you get sundered and then you get roof dropped on your head, you're dead. If you get sundered and then you get rock thrown at you and it lands, you're dead. So definitely try and dodge the sunder. And if you stay in melee range, he won't do the big damage attacks. He does those if you're trying to kite him. So you definitely want to stay close. Alright, this seems like a good place to stop, so this will be the end of the episode. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.